sure most of us consider the Les Paul as the definitive Gibson guitar. It's got the iconic look, the iconic tone, the iconic artists and records associated with it, the iconic tuning issues and everything else that goes with the Les Paul. But if we were to say, hey, what's the next most definitive, iconic Gibson guitar, I'm sure a lot of us would probably say the Gibson SG. Now, being an Australian, when I think of the SG, I obviously think of Angus Young, but I also think of Tony Iommi. I think of Frank Marino from Mahogany Rush. I think of a whole bunch of other players who probably at the time went, well, everyone else is playing a Les Paul. What do Gibson do so I can get that similar tone but have a different look? And I mean, it's a pretty iconic look. You know, Angus Young strutting around in a schoolboy uniform with this kind of guitar is ingrained in so many people's brains as that's what rock and roll is. Now, for me, I haven't really played that many SGs. I haven't really gigged SGs that often or recorded with them that much. And I think part of it is because the SG is a very slim, compact guitar, and I'm nearly 6'2". So when I play one of these, it looks like I'm playing a ukulele. I much prefer grabbing an ES335 or an Explorer-shaped guitar. They kind of fit my frame. They fit my big mitts as well. But playing this SG, which belongs to ragdoll singer Ryan, I just basically gave it a little bit of a birthday, gave it a basic setup and some new strings. This is pretty much a stock 2003 model. I don't think any of the parts have been changed on this. The switch tip is missing. That's the only thing that's not stock. And Ryan still has the plastic on the back of the guitar. So it's certainly a lot more stock than some of the Gibsons that I have here. We heard a bunch of tones with this thing in the intro. None of them should surprise you. What did surprise me, though, were these stock pickups. I'm pretty sure these are just the 498 R&T. They sound really, really good. Really, really good, especially in comparison to some of my favorite double humbucker guitars here. In fact, let's hear a comparison between this guitar, my 1970s, I think it's a 77 or 78 ES335 with T-tops, a Les Paul Standard with some Martin A. Smith PAF-style pickups, and my 1990 Les Paul Custom that has burst buckers. This has this kind of grunt, snap, and snarl about it that I think really fits the overall image of this guitar. It's funny how seeing a particular guitar shape and holding it in your hands makes you want to summon particular influences or players that you associate with that guitar. Of course, we've got to tune this down to C-sharp standard and hear me hack through some Iommi riffs that I can remember. Another band that I really, really love, and they're basically just a one-to-one Sabbath clone, but if you haven't heard them, they're called Orchid. They have a record called Capricorn that came out 10, 15 years ago. It's just a great Sabbathy doom record on there. And I'll try to remember a couple of riffs off that one in particular, that title track, because I love it. And if you like the Sabbath thing, great band to check out. Particular guitar, and I guess the SG in general, is probably a very good case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The stock pickups sound great, the guitar plays great, it's been really well looked after. The only issue on it is one of the back casings on the machine heads is starting to come off, so probably get a set of replacement tuners on there, maybe some locking tuners to make it even faster to change strings on here. But for now, I might play you all out with some slightly cleaner tones with this SG. It can sound super fat, especially on that neck pickup. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have an SG? Do you want to have an SG at some point in the future? What's your favorite spec? Is it the standard, the special, the custom, the 3 pickup style one from the 70s? There's so many variations on there and so many great SG players from over the years. And again, I think it's just a great point of difference from the Les Paul. The Les Paul is definitely still, to me, the definitive Gibson. If I wanted a Gibson with a point of difference from the Les Paul, I'd probably still grab a 335 or an Explorer, again, because I think they look cool when I play them. But the SG, it's such a fun guitar, such a sleek guitar. And, you know, when these came out in the, early 60s, I think, when they were still called the Les Paul in 61, having a guitar that is so slim, so easy to play, so fast, really would have turned a lot of people on. We take those features for granted on modern guitars. But when this came out, I know Les Paul himself wasn't a big fan, and it's probably a good thing that it became its own guitar model, the SG. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Again, thanks to Ryan for letting me borrow this guitar, set it up, and make a bunch of noise on it. And here's some slightly less over-the-top crunchy tones. Thanks for watching.